Hi, Ivan. Just the last couple of games, it seems like you've really, kind of been all over the place a little bit. Uh, Pascal Vincent said the other night felt like you were playing like a man on a mission. Would that be an accurate statement?
Yeah, I mean, like I've told you guys earlier, I think every time you get traded, I think you can take it as either negative or positive, and I think so far it's been only positive. Ton of new positive energy. Lots of new guys to meet. New personnel, everything. So it's been a lot of positive emotions, and I think when you're in a positive mood, it always helps to play better.
Very early still in the season. We're not even at the regular season yet, but you've had a couple games here. Are you starting to like kind of the system that they have here, and are you kind of feeling like you fit in here pretty well?
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I think defensively, I think it's definitely a newer system, but I think slowly overall as a team, we're trying to figure it out and getting better and better at it. And then when we have the puck, I think we have the freedom to create, and it's kind of always been my game to create stuff offensively when we have the puck. I think I have a pretty good understanding, how to get the puck to the right people. And, I think there's a lot of guys on this team that can make plays and can score. So it's only been, fun playing with the puck so far.
Interesting watching you guys play. You'll go for stretches where it seems like you're just absolutely dominant. Then it'll kind of fall off a little bit. Is that kind of what you're getting at there a little bit? Is that you're still kind of, you guys are all kind of still
For
learning
sure. I
the
think
system?
it's still preseason. It's still kind of, we didn't have 2, 3, 4 games in a row with the same lineup where you kind of figure out each other's tendencies and a way of thinking. So I think like I said, we'll get better as the games go on. I think we're gonna try to approach it with the mentality one game at a time and go from there.
You like the kid's one timer?
Yeah, yeah.
So he was lining up there a couple times for that. You were kind of just waiting for a shot to get it to him. Or?
Yeah. Yeah.
How good are you feeling this preseason?
Feeling pretty good, honestly. I mean, things has gone my way a little bit, but I'm feeling pretty good, and I feel like I put in the work this summer.
Is there anything different about this preseason for you personally than maybe previous preseasons? I mean, even when you had some success before.
I mean, I feel like coming into this year, this is a little bit for me. Like, you got to prove myself, or I'm not good enough. I feel like so. That's how I felt before, and I feel I'm doing pretty good.
Is there anything that you identified in your game where you're like, or maybe your mindset or approach that was coming into this season going to help you, get that done?
I mean, it's probably just to get harder in pucks, win more puck battles, the 50-50s. I feel like I've been doing that a lot more better this preseason, so that's pretty much it.
How do you like playing for Pazzi?
Yeah, it's good. I mean, I love the guy, so it's great for him.
Do you guys feel like, I mean, it feels like there's times when you guys are dominating puck possession like you want to. I mean, just how much fun, I guess, is that to be on the bench and just kind of rolling lines and controlling play?
It's awesome. I think all 4 lines today played pretty good, so it's just good to see the team produce offensively too.
Does it give you hope for a big rebound this season as a team?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Adam, looked like you were setting up a couple times there for that one timer in that spot, and it just wasn't working out that the puck was going to get to you there. And how good did it feel to finally kind of see that puck coming over?
Yeah, it felt great. I mean, every time you get to put one in, it feels great, and especially the game winner. It was really helpful to get the boys on top there, and we were able to hold off the lead to get the win. So that's pretty much all that matters, to be honest with you.
Yeah. You obviously started this camp, playing with Laine and some of the top guys. Tonight it was Kent Johnson, another top guy, and Danforth. Does it take a little time when we keep switching guys up a little bit for you to maybe find some chemistry with guys?
Yeah, for sure. I think anytime you play with new guys, it takes time to get to know each other and to build chemistry and to be able to read off each other. But they're both phenomenal hockey players. They're both extremely smart. So I think we've adapted pretty quickly. We played together in Buffalo, was it Monday or Saturday? I forget which day it was. But we came back, practiced all week together. So we've been getting more familiar with each other. obviously trying Patty out at center. He's been doing great, and I don't know if you guys know, it's just his face-offs are pretty good. We've been pretty pumped about it. So yeah, that obviously changes the makeup of our forwards if Patty can play center there, which has been great for us. So yeah, especially getting to play with KJ and Danny there, they've both been awesome.
How much conversation is going on the bench with that first line and what they've been able to do for you guys so far?
A lot of compliments. I don't know. Just like a lot of good job, nice pass, nice shot. That's all that's coming out of my mouth, to be honest with you. They've been pretty dynamite for us. So yeah, they've been awesome.
That could really, like you just mentioned, it could really kind of rework the whole lineup and give you even more depth going into the season, couldn't it?
I think anytime you get more depth, especially in the middle, it helps your the makeup of your lineup pretty substantially. So hopefully he's able to continue to play the way he's playing.
Adam, I know it's just the preseason, but first time you were able to fire off the cannon today. How did that feel here at Nationwide?
Yeah, it felt great. Obviously, I was chasing it, and I'm happy I was able to do it at Nationwide.
You like playing with another Michigan man?
Yeah, love it. Especially, I mean, he's extremely smart, so it's been a lot of fun.
Was he around for like any of your recruiting visits or anything like that when you were going to Michigan?
Yeah, I think on my tour, I was just getting a visit at a rink or something, and him, Brisson, and Beniers were on the ice together, just kind of shooting around with just their skates and stuff on. So I think it speaks to the type of player he is, the type of guy he is. He's always on the ice. He loves the game. He loves getting better. So he was around. He was obviously around a little bit my freshman year at the end of his thing there, so I got to know him a little bit, but not as much as I have now. And I know I built a pretty good relationship, so I'm loving it.
How about him? You mentioned earlier he's a really skilled player. I mean, how much have you learned about him as a player just in the short amount of time you've been here?
Yeah, quite a bit. I learned to keep my stick on the ice at all times. I mean, like I said, he's extremely smart, so he's going to be able to find those pockets, and he's extremely skilled to go along with that. So his execution's always off the charts. Yeah, just being able to work off each other and know when to go to the net, when to get into high ice, because we both like the high ice. We both like touching the puck up there. So we got to read off each other and make sure we're in the right positions.
Did you know immediately that it was your goal, or that it didn't hit like Danforth in front or anything? Or?
When we got to the bench, I still asked Danny if it was his, and he's like, "No, all you take it." And I was like, "All right, hopefully it was mine." So yeah, it was great.
Cool. Another game with that top line, and it seems like, I mean, I know it's the preseason and it's early, but it just seems like every time you put them over the boards, something good is happening. Is that kind of what it's looking like from the bench?
Yeah. Patty is getting used to play center. Johnny had a much better game today, I thought. But there's some chemistry between the three of them. So absolutely, we feel the same way.
I believe this is a third game in a row where you guys have gotten off to a really nice start, really fast kind of start, and things kind of, go backward on you a little bit there, and then you have to grab it and go back. Is that just kind of part of the process of what you guys are trying to install here, and just what we've been talking about with the foundation and things like that?
Yeah, I really like the response. I mean, it's we have some kind of a research when you have the lead. There's a mental state where even if we don't say it, you switch to you want to protect the lead. And what we're going to try to do is put that away. Like, we stay aggressive, we stay in their face, we stick to the plan no matter what. Kind of playing a 0-0 game for 60 minutes, regardless of what the score is. So it's a work in progress. Because I felt after the third goal against, kind of deflated a little bit on the bench, and then we picked it up, and our third period was outstanding in my opinion.
I'll just stay here. Sorry,
Don't talk to me about cake tonight.
No cake. No cake. No barbecue, maybe?
Barbecue, yeah.
Just to be able to see, I know Fantilli set up a couple of times there in the high slot, and he was waiting for that one-timer. Just for him to see the puck go in. I know he had a couple assists. Just it has to be big for him just to kind of get it going.
Yeah, it's a relief for sure. I mean, for those guys, they're, like we talked about those guys a few days ago, the pressure on those people, we don't know. Like, he wants to produce. Like, it's in the back of his mind consistently. So that goal was a big one for him.
And with Provorov, we were in here Monday, and you were talking about how it looked like he was trying to steal a job, and also just I mean, on a mission, I guess you'd say.
Yeah.
Looked more like that again tonight, right?
Yeah,
How happy are you just to see him playing this way?
I mean, you got. It's huge, and we didn't have that kind of luxury in the past. Well, since I've been here, and having a guy like Provi and Severson and Zach Werenski, when you think about your 1, 2, 3, I mean, every night it can change. Like one guy can be 1 and 2 and 3. That's a solid group of defensemen. So it's not only it's good for our team, but it takes away a little bit of pressure on Zach Werenski to be that man every night. So I think Provi is playing extremely well. I know it's just exhibition games, but it's still a game in the NHL. And his preparation, his ways, the way he approaches the game, and the way he plays the game, like I'm really excited. He's a Blue Jacket.
And that could be important. Like if I mean, Zach hasn't played for almost a year.
Yeah.
So he's got to have some rust, just kind of coming back. So to have somebody like Provorov there, like you mentioned, taking pressure off him, that could help him
for sure,
as well.
For
right?
sure. I mean, it's it takes away some pressure off of Zach, but beyond that, it gives a confidence to our D group that we're gonna be fine, and the forwards too, so they know the gap is tight and their skating is good, so our transition game is a little bit faster, especially the offensive guys, they know the puck is coming to them, so there's so many benefits to it. But the pressure part, the mental part, 100%. And Z, we know how good he is. Like, he's been here for a long time, but we see him every day, how good of a player he is. He's a good man, too, so it's very respected in the room. So we know he's been out for a year. So we got to be a little bit patient there. But I thought every game he gets a little bit better. Tonight he was even better than the last game, so he's trending in the right direction.